Alright guys, while I'm letting that fire cook on up, get my water off of there. Like it might be boiling. It's just smoke swirling. It's getting pretty hot though. But while I got that going, I'm just gonna show you real quick. I got my little BB rifle with me today. There's tons and tons of squirrel back here, and it's relatively quiet. I mean, it's not silent like a bow, but even a bow makes a little noise. But just the old Powerline 870, I believe, 856, multi-pump, got a nice little scope on it, and it'll take a small bird or squirrel out, pretty good little distance, far enough away, that you can get to him quick when he falls. I got my Swiss pack out here with me. I took and got some mink oil, and mink oiled all the leathers on them so that they're nice and supple now, almost like they're brand new. And all I brought out here with me today, and I say all because I got a good bit of little stuff with me. I got that's my primary knife without the handle on it now. That's my primary knife that I'm using for getting the briars out the way so I can come in here and for handling my wood. Just in case it breaks, I did bring my wettlings with me. I've showed you in the video, you can choke up on this and make feather sticks, do anything you want to do with it, just like if it was a knife. That's the 19-inch wettlings. And you ain't got to worry about that edge going nowhere. We just got some snow seal on it, where I put some snow seal inside my sheath head there. I treated it down yesterday. I got me a couple of bandanas. One's just a standard Vietnam era OD green, and then one that I made out of some 100% cotton muslin cloth. It's probably about 4 foot square. It's good for collecting in and stuff like that. Using for first aid, cutting strips off of it if I need to. I got my bank line and my jute twine. Of course, the bank line for snares and tying stuff up. And I got a roll of duct tape that I keep stuff around it. And then I've got my jute twine for making bird's nest and that kind of deal. Plus, it's good for lashing things up real quick. I've got my folding saw, my little Corona that everybody's seen. Love these little things. It's a good bit bigger than like the Baka lap lounder, but it's really good, dependable saw. I've had that one now for a couple of years, a year or better, and ain't had to change the blade or nothing on it. And I got my entrenching tool, U.S. Army issue E-tool. You can see this one was literally rode hard and put away wet. We got so many stumps and roots right around in here that I needed something a little bit bigger for clearing the roots out of my shelter area. I couldn't hit them up with a knife or anything without damaging the blade, and the stick wasn't going to do it. And of course, I got my little sharpening kit with me. Got my Speedy Sharp in there, which is also great for your ferro rods. And then I got my diamond file, a little round one that I use for quick touch-ups. My ceramic hone that I use to strop on. And of course, I got me I always keep it with me, y'all. I got one in 3 different bags, a little thing of snare wire there. Now inside here, I just got some snacks and drinks and stuff like that. This is just another bandana that I can use if I have to. And then I got a Ziploc bag in there. All this is stuff out of MREs. I got a few things that are raisin nut mix, some iced tea, coffee, apple cider, fig bar, some crackers with the cheese spread, stuff like that. Just little snack foods. I said I ain't but a half a mile from my house. Well, 7/10 of a mile from my house where I'm at. So I mean, if something did happen to me, I have all confidence in my abilities to get back to my house, even if I was moderately injured. Now I say moderately, if I cut a gash in my leg or something, I'm confident in my skills that I could, you know, do something with it, keep it from bleeding to death while I hobbled on back to the house. It's really not that rough going until I actually get to my house, and from there I could call an ambulance to get me, you know, providing my phone's, you know, not destroyed. But like I say, I don't have a problem with what I brought out here. I feel safe in what I brought, and my abilities to get by with it. So, you know, as long as I feel good about it, that's all that should matter. I'm not going to take any chances with my safety with the baby coming right around the corner. You know, that's a given. I'll have to replay the tape, y'all. I heard something scattered through here real quick. We got deer all up in this area, but that don't mean I actually saw one or heard one, but something just made a big skunk. It might be another one of the coyotes. Of course, in here I got my watertight box. I've got my flint and steel kit with some char cloth in there, and I do apologize for the smoke if it's messing up the camera. I got some fat lighter, and then I got my common man wet fire. I said, with the stuff I've got in here, y'all, if you can't start a fire, the odds is against you to begin with. I mean, evidently somebody's got a different reason for you to be out here, and surviving ain't one of them. But nah, I'm just kidding, y'all. I mean, there's going to be situations where I don't care what you do, you might not be able to start a fire, but you know, with stuff like that, your chances improve greatly. I'll just take this other stuff out so I can show it to you. Give me room to get my hand out in there. I do have my guaranteed spindle and fireboard. Now, I say guaranteed because I've made fires with it already. I know it works. I know I don't have a problem with it. So if I'm out here and something happens, I've got a bow drill set that I know will work. All I need is the bow, and I got cordage. I've got a little hot beverage bag, MRE beverage bag you get with your MREs to heat up your cocoa and stuff. It's a waterproof Ziploc bag made out of a pretty durable material. Inside of it, I've got 4 more of those bags. Each one holds about 16 ounces. I say about because you got to be able to zip it closed. But each one holds about 16 ounces. And I've got heaters, just add water MRE heaters. I don't know how hot these get, but I'm going to get a thermometer and check one at the house. I believe they'll get hot enough that if you let the water sit in there long enough, it'll kill any pathogens that might be in it. That I don't know for sure, but it gets pretty daggone hot. And of course, with these, you could boil over a fire with this if you keep it a distance away from the fire. Or if you've got a spot that gets direct sunlight, you can use the sun, the ultraviolet rays of the sun to pasteurize that water and get it clean for you. Especially out here where I'm at, there's so much black dirt that if you get a spot with good sunlight against that black dirt, it'll collect a good bit of sunlight and heat, purify that water for you. And of course, I got my Aquamira water filter in there as well. The Aquamira, it'll only filter 50 gallons of water, but if you think about it, even at 2 gallons a day, that's 25 days you can go with just that filter. I don't plan on being lost that long. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I got a little bit more confidence in myself. I ain't going nowhere that'll take me that long to get back anywhere. And here I got my little coarse and fine buck diamond sharpener. Smith made these and puts the buck's name on them. But it's a good little thing for you. Excuse me. It's a good little thing for your axe and for your machetes and stuff like that, larger knives. It's even good for your mowers and all because it's got a good wide sharpening area to it. And then if I needed to go away from camp or if I was going on a little scout, I've got my little haversack in there, just wad it up real quick, tossed it in there. I can throw my tarp and, you know, my water bottle in there real quick when I go off on my little scout here later. I ain't got to carry the whole pack with me. And if I come across any wild edibles or anything like that, some birch bark, some good tinder, I got something I can throw it in. It don't take up no room in this little front pouch. And I've got, of course, I've got my 10x4. I've got my titanium mugs on there, a little windscreen, my bottle, my stove, and then my GSI cups in the bottom. And then inside, just in case, I've got my gel fuel and my trioxane that if I needed it, I could heat my water up with it. So that's it for right now, fellas. Just wanted to show you what I was stoking. I do have, just for backup, in case I need a knife, I do have my Mora SL2. I don't think I'll have any need for it. And then of course I do have my Victorinox that Mike Davis sent me. I've got it tethered just like he does in his video there, except I'm using a piece of bank line. That's the Victorinox Campfire, not the Victorinox Classic. But I've got it tethered with a piece of bank line along as my arm, so I can get out and use it if I need to. I ain't got to worry about losing it again or leaving it stuck in a tree like an idiot. So that's it, y'all. Let me get my water, put me a cup of coffee on. I got some stuff to do here for phase 1, and a little bit more I'll show you in a little while. But I did want to show you that little gigger starting a fire with it and everything. And that thing worked like a top, didn't it? I mean, you can't beat that. So if you're putting it in like an Altoids 10 or something like that, you wanted to build an Altoids 10 kit, take the ring off of it that it comes with, and just put the knife and the sheath in there. Or you can fold that ring over now and it'll still fit in an Altoids 10. You know, just fold it back over the sheath like that. It'll still fit in an Altoids 10 like that, but if you striping for room, you can just take the whole thing out of the sheath and just put it in there like that. Put your little piece of duct tape over the edge to protect it. You'd be good to go. But let me get this. My little fire's boiling down to some coals good. I'm going to start fanning that smoke in here. And I got some cattails that I'm going to take the tops off of the cattails and get them burning. Bring them over here and wave them under as I put leaves on. That'll help get all the stuff out. You can see the storm took a good bit of my leaves and all that down. I got some small 2-foot tall saplings that I cut and kind of stuck down in there to give me something to lay the leaves on a little bit better, close some of the holes up. But she'll come on along today. I got plenty of time to finish her up. So we'll get back with you fellas here in a little bit, alright?